Well, what we've seen in this year is that there has been a shift to the proximity and e-commerce formats. That's the clear trend that we've seen during 2020, and we think this will continue. And this is actually very well suited to the strategy that we worked on in the past years, which is to focus on these formats. And we've seen that paying off in H2 with our very strong growth in profits. And we see growth coming this year in these formats. So what it means is that consumers are now more selective in the type of stores or the type of e-commerce providers that they use. And we think we're well positioned to take advantage of that. That's why we're opening 300 new stores in proximity in the first half of the year. And that's why we're ramping up our food e-commerce capacity with our exclusive partnership with Ocado in France and our click and collect and home delivery solutions from our dense network of stores. This is why we think our strategy is well attuned to the ongoing trends that we see in the market.
David, I have seen a strategy by a number of the supermarket groups to start rolling out more convenience stores, which seems a very old trend that we've witnessed in the retail sector for many years. How do you think habits will change down the track towards that convenience side of the market?
On the convenience side, what matters now is to have not just the convenience store, but also the e-commerce solution that work with the store. So you need a store where you can provide a lot of services. Sometimes what we do, for instance, in our Franprix stores is we have HEMA shop-in-shops solutions. So you have a dense network of stores. You need time to build that. That's a built-in advantage that we think we now have because it takes a lot of time to open thousands of stores in the country. And when you have that, you can deliver a lot of services. You have click and collect points. You have pick and points for our e-commerce business. And you can open these marketplace, these stores to other providers. For instance, we had Decathlon offers in our Franprix. Proximity, we think, is more and more key because it has been the case for years. Hypermarkets were declining and proximity was up. And during the pandemic, this accelerated. But you need to have the e-commerce solution with the proximity. The two work very well together. That's what has changed, I think.
David, can I ask you a different kind of question? Do you share the view of your finance minister over in France that actually there is a problem of national security over the food retailing sector? Many of us were bemused that this was an excuse for turning down the approach from the Canadians for one of your big rivals.
Well, what we saw during 2020 is that food retail is an essential business. It wasn't always seen that way in the past, but during especially during the first lockdown, and I want also to take advantage of this moment to really pay a tribute to all our colleagues who worked very hard in very challenging conditions, because in the first lockdown, people could be afraid of what was going to happen with this virus. And it was really one of the key services that remained open. And I think that's what you're referring to here.